When you want a garden that stays neat, low maintenance, and good looking all year, nothing beats ground covers that can replace mulch naturally. Instead of spreading bark every season, these plants cover the soil on their own, block weeds, hold moisture, and add way more beauty than mulch ever could. Today, we're taking a look at some of the best living mulch options, ground covers that stay low, fill in gently, and make your garden feel fuller, softer, and effortlessly tidy. First on the list is creeping thyme, one of the best living mulch alternatives for sunny garden beds. This tiny, fragrant ground cover forms a dense, low carpet that instantly softens the soil surface and keeps everything looking neat and natural. Its small purple blooms add a soft, seasonal color, making the garden feel more alive without any extra effort. Creeping thyme works so well as a mulch replacement because it hugs the soil tightly and spreads just enough to shade out weeds. Once established, it keeps moisture in the ground and protects the soil from heat, doing exactly what mulch does, but with more beauty and character. It grows slowly enough to stay controlled, but fast enough to fill empty patches within a season or two. This plant thrives in full sun, poor to average soil, and dry conditions, making it one of the easiest ground covers for busy gardeners. It requires almost no maintenance beyond light trimming if it creeps into pathways. In return, you get fragrant foliage, pollinator-friendly blooms, and a soft green surface that stays attractive all year. Used along borders, between stepping stones, or around perennials, creeping thyme adds a lush, natural layer that feels intentional and garden-friendly. It's an effortless way to replace mulch with something living, colorful, and long-lasting. Coming up next is woolly thyme, a soft, fuzzy ground cover that creates a cozy, silvery green layer across the soil. Its low, velvety foliage instantly gives garden beds a gentle, textured look that feels more refined than traditional mulch. Even without flowers, this plant adds a subtle charm that brightens pathways, borders, and open soil areas. Woolly thyme is excellent as a mulch replacement because it spreads in a flat, even pattern that blocks sunlight from reaching the soil, naturally suppressing weeds. Its fine foliage traps moisture and keeps the ground cool during hot weather, giving your plants the same protection mulch would, only with a much prettier finish. Unlike coarser ground covers, it stays low and tidy, making it ideal for tighter spaces. This thyme thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, especially in dry, rocky, or sandy areas where other plants struggle. It requires very little care and benefits from occasional trimming to stay compact. Once established, it's drought-tolerant and resilient, forming a dense mat that persists throughout the year. Used around stepping stones, along the edges of borders, or as a soft filler between taller perennials, woolly thyme creates a charming living carpet effect. It's a beautiful way to protect the soil while giving your garden a touch of softness and color that mulch alone can't provide. Next on the list is Creeping Jenny, a vibrant ground cover known for its bright chartreuse leaves that instantly light up any garden bed. Its trailing habit gives a soft, flowing look that contrasts beautifully with deeper greens and natural wood tones. Even without flowers, its foliage alone adds a striking splash of color that mulch could never achieve. Creeping Jenny works wonderfully as a mulch replacement because it spreads quickly and forms a dense, low mat that shades the soil completely. This thick layer helps block weeds, retain moisture, and keep the ground cool through warm months. Unlike mulch, which can fade or wash away, Creeping Jenny stays lush and colorful, giving your garden a more polished and intentional appearance. This plant thrives in partial shade to full sun, though its color is brightest with a bit of light. It loves moist, well-drained soil and appreciates regular watering when first establishing. Once it settles in, it's surprisingly tough and low maintenance, needing only occasional trimming to keep it in bounds. Used along pathways, around shrubs, or cascading over the edges of containers, Creeping Jenny brings a lively, glowing layer that transforms plain soil into something rich and eye-catching. It's one of the easiest ways to replace mulch with a living, dynamic ground cover that truly enhances the whole garden. Coming up next is Sedum Angelina, a tough, sun-loving ground cover known for its fine, needle-like foliage that shifts from bright chartreuse in spring to warm amber tones in fall. Its texture is soft but structured, giving garden beds a clean, modern look while still feeling natural. Even in winter, it holds its form and color better than most low-growing plants. Sedum Angelina replaces mulch beautifully because it creates a dense, drought-tolerant carpet that hugs the soil tightly. Its growth helps suppress weeds, protect the soil from erosion, and insulate plant roots through temperature swings. Unlike mulch, which breaks down or gets patchy, this sedum stays neat and vibrant year-round, offering consistent coverage without effort. This plant thrives in full sun and poor to average soil, making it perfect for hot, dry spots where other ground covers struggle. It requires very little water once established and only needs occasional trimming to keep its shape. Its resilience makes it an excellent choice for gardeners who want beauty without maintenance. Whether you tuck it between stepping stones, let it spill over rock walls, or use it as a golden base layer beneath shrubs, Sedum Angelina adds glowing color and texture that mulch simply can't match. It's a hardy, dependable ground cover that transforms bare soil into a bright, lively tapestry. Next on the list is Lamium Beacon Silver, a ground cover that brings brightness to spots where mulch often struggles, especially shady beds and the edges of pathways. Its shimmering silver leaves with soft green margins create an instant glow, lifting dark corners and adding gentle contrast without overwhelming surrounding plants. Lamium replaces mulch naturally thanks to its quick, spreading growth that forms a dense, low layer over the soil. This living mat helps keep moisture in, blocks weeds from sprouting, and reduces the need for constant mulching refreshes. Unlike bark mulch that decays quickly in shade, Lamium stays attractive all year and continues covering the soil with clean, even foliage. It thrives in partial to full shade and tolerates a wide range of soil types as long as drainage is decent. Once established, it needs very little attention, just occasional trimming if you want to control its spread. During spring and early summer, it also produces small, soft pink or lavender flowers that add a subtle seasonal highlight. Use Lamium along shaded walkways, beneath shrubs, or in woodland-style borders where you want a bright ground cover that handles low light gracefully. Its silver foliage bounces light around the garden and creates a calm, cohesive look that mulch simply can't match. Coming in next is Ajuga reptans, a hardy, fast-spreading ground cover that builds a thick, living carpet over the soil, doing the job of mulch while adding far more color and texture. Its glossy leaves come in shades of deep bronze, green, or even variegated mixes, giving beds and borders a rich, polished look all year long. Ajuga naturally replaces mulch because it grows densely and stays close to the ground, leaving no room for weeds to sneak through and dramatically reducing moisture loss. Once it fills in, the soil beneath stays cool and protected, and you won't have to reapply mulch every season. In spring, Ajuga sends up short spikes of blue or purple flowers that bring a vibrant burst of color right at ground level. This plant thrives in partial shade, but can also handle full sun in cooler climates. It prefers moist, well-drained soil, though it adapts easily and becomes low maintenance once established. Its spreading habit is steady but not unruly, making it reliable for coverage without taking over the entire garden. Ajuga is perfect for edging pathways, tucking under shrubs, or weaving between stepping stones where you want a neat ground cover that adds visual depth. Its rich foliage tones and glossy texture create a finished, intentional feel, something mulch alone can never quite achieve. Next up is Corsican mint, a tiny, super low ground cover that forms a tight, moss-like carpet across the soil. Its leaves are so small they almost look like green freckles, creating a soft and uniform surface that instantly makes garden edges and paths feel more refined and intentional. Corsican mint replaces mulch naturally because it blankets the soil completely, holding moisture and blocking out weeds without ever looking messy. Unlike traditional mulch that fades or shifts, Corsican mint stays in place and slowly knits itself across bare patches. In warm months, it releases a fresh, minty scent when stepped on, turning walkways and patio borders into fragrant, living pathways. This plant prefers partial shade and consistently moist, well-drained soil, thriving especially in cool, sheltered spots where other ground covers may struggle. It's not drought tolerant, but once it's settled in, it needs surprisingly little maintenance, besides occasional watering during hot spells. Use Corsican mint between stepping stones, around shady seating areas, or as a soft filler at the front of borders. It brings color, scent, and softness, all while doing the same job as mulch, but with way more charm. Next up is Blue Star Creeper, a soft, low-growing ground cover that forms a delicate green carpet sprinkled with tiny star-shaped flowers. It creates a clean, cohesive look across the soil surface, instantly smoothing out the landscape and giving borders a more polished finish. Blue Star Creeper works as a mulch replacement because it spreads evenly, covering bare soil while retaining moisture and preventing weeds from sneaking in. Mulch can shift, fade, or decompose unevenly, but this plant grows into a steady, uniform mat that stays attractive throughout the year. In spring and summer, the pale blue blooms add gentle color right at ground level, something mulch could never do. It thrives in full sun to partial shade and prefers moist, well-drained soil, making it versatile in a wide range of garden conditions. Once established, it's surprisingly tough, tolerating foot traffic and bouncing back quickly after being stepped on. Maintenance is minimal, just occasional trimming if it spreads beyond where you want it. Use Blue Star Creeper between pavers, along pathways, or as a lush carpet at the front of borders. It gives that finished garden look, keeping everything fresh and tidy while replacing mulch with something far more lively and charming. Coming up next is Mazus, a fast-spreading, super soft ground cover that hugs the soil tightly and fills in gaps with a lush green carpet. Its tiny leaves create a smooth, uniform surface that instantly tidies up the base of garden beds and edges. Mazus replaces mulch naturally because it grows densely enough to shade the soil, locking in moisture and stopping weeds before they appear. Where mulch can wash away or decompose unevenly, Mazus forms a living layer that stays consistent and fresh-looking through the seasons. In spring, it produces small purple or white flowers that add a gentle burst of color right at ground level. This plant thrives in full sun to partial shade and prefers moist, well-drained soil, making it a great choice for gardeners who want a dependable spreader that isn't invasive. It stays low, requires almost no trimming, and bounces back quickly after being stepped on, making it ideal for high-traffic areas. Use Mazus along walkway edges, between stepping stones, or as a soft filler at the front of borders. It gives the garden a smooth, finished look while quietly taking over mulch's job, only greener, softer, and far more charming. Rounding up our list is Sweet Woodruff, a delicate, shade-loving ground cover that brings a soft, woodland feel to garden beds. Its fine leaves form whorled patterns that create a gentle, lace-like texture across the soil, giving shady borders a calm and polished look without overwhelming the space. Sweet Woodruff replaces mulch naturally because it spreads smoothly under trees and shrubs, shading the ground and preventing weeds from taking hold. Where traditional mulch can look patchy in deep shade, Sweet Woodruff keeps everything consistently covered and fresh-looking. In spring, it releases a light, sweet scent and produces clusters of tiny white flowers that brighten darker corners beautifully. This plant thrives in full to partial shade and prefers moist, well-drained soil. Once established, it needs very little attention, just occasional watering during dry spells and light thinning if it spreads further than you want. It stays low, neat, and never feels messy, even as it gradually knits itself into a soft green carpet. Use Sweet Woodruff beneath shrubs, along shaded pathways, or at the base of trees where mulch struggles to stay put. It brings charm, fragrance, and a refined woodland character while doing all the quiet work mulch usually handles, only with far more elegance. And that's the list. Ground covers that don't just replace mulch, but actually make the garden look more vibrant and complete. These plants do the quiet work of weed control and moisture retention, while adding color, texture, and year-round charm. If you want a healthier, softer, and easier garden, choosing living mulch is one of the smartest changes you can make. Let me know which plant you're thinking of trying first, and I'll help you pair it with the right companions.